All right, we are going to be solving the question above. The question says we calculate the mesh current in the circuit. All right, so and you know, the first step that we are going to be using is to assign the mesh current. All right, so don't laugh at my impro. Easy, I just have to improvise. Understand? All right, so let's assign our mesh current. Right. So let's assign our mesh current. Yes. So since we are having two mesh, so this will be mesh 1. All right. So this will be mesh 2. All right. So again, it means our current I1 will be flowing in this manner, and the current I2 will be flowing. Okay, let's just put it here. Will be flowing in this manner. All right. So that's it. All right. So the next step we are going to do is to apply the Kirchhoff voltage law. All right. So apply KVL to mesh 1. All right. So and again, if you have been following us from the introduction to this class, you are going to observe that there's nothing new here. So the direction that we have taken and the direction of our current, they are flowing in the same direction. Is that clear? And when we have something of such, we are going to be taking a negative voltage across our resistor. Is that clear? When they are moving in opposite direction, we are taking a positive voltage across our resistor. But for the voltage source here, we are moving from negative to positive in this manner. All right. So here we are going to have 36. Then the current here and the current here, they are going in the same direction. So it's going to be minus 2I. The current flowing there is I1. All right. And for this resistor, is between mesh 1 and mesh 2. So it's going to be minus 12 into I1 minus I2. Everything will be equals. Okay. We still have another resistor here. So which is going to be minus I1. So this is going to be minus 4I1, which will be equals to what? 0. All right. So if we open the bracket here, we are going to have 36, then minus 2I1, then minus 12I1 plus 12I2, then minus 4I1. Everything will be equals to what? Everything will be equals to 0. All right. So now we are going to collect like terms. I'm going to have 36. Then this is going to be minus 18. That is, this is 14. This is 18. So minus 18I1. Then plus what? Plus 12I2. Everything will be equals to what? 0. So if we move this and this to the other side, I'm going to have 36 to be equals to 18. 18 minus 18I1 minus 12I2. All right. So we can break this down by dividing through by what? By 6, right? 6 in 36 is 6. All right. And 6 in 18 is 3I1, and 6 in this is 2, so 2I2. So this will be equation number 1. So again, we are going to apply KVL to mesh 2. So we are going to apply KVL to mesh 2. All right. So if we apply KVL to mesh 2, now don't forget the current here is moving downward while we are going upward. You can see we are moving opposite to the current. So we are going to consider a positive voltage drop across 12 volts. So it's going to be 12 into, it is between mesh 1 and mesh 2. So it's going to be I1 minus I2. All right. Then minus 9I2. We are moving from positive to negative. Minus 24. Then minus 3I2. I2 minus 3I2, everything will be equals to 0. All right, so if we open this bracket, we are going to have 12I1 minus 12I2 minus 12I2, then minus 9I2 minus 24 minus 3I2 will be equals to what? 0. All right, so now we are having just one I1 here, so we are going to have 12I1, then minus 12 minus 9 minus 3. So 12 plus 9 is going to give us what? That is 21, that's 24. So we're going to have minus 24I2, then minus 24, everything will be equals to 0. All right, so if we leave our 24 minus 24, I'll move now to the other side. We're going to have minus 24 will be equals to what? Minus 12I1, then plus 24I2. So if we multiply through by minus, we are going to have 24 equals to 12I1, then minus what? Minus 24I2. So if we divide through by 12, so 12 in 24 is 2, then 12 in this is I1 minus 2I2. So this will be equation number 2. So from this equation 2, we can make I1 the subject. So if we make I1 the subject, I1 will be equals to 2 plus 2I2. So we can call this equation number 3. So we are going to put equation number 3 into what? Into equation number 1. All right, so what is equation number 1? Equation number 1 is 6. Equation number 1 is 6 is equals to 3I1. Okay, let's just substitute for I1. So it's going to be 3 plus 2I2, then minus what? Minus 2I2. All right, so 6 will be equals to 3 times 3 is 9, plus 3 times 2 is 6I2 minus 2I2. All right, so if we collect like terms, 6 minus 9, that's going to give us what? Minus 3 equals to 6 minus 2 is going to give us what? 4. So we're going to have this to be 4I2. All right, so if we divide both sides by 4, I2, so sorry, I just discovered a little mistake here. I1 is 2 plus 2I2, but I was using 3 here. That's wrong. 3 times 2 is 6. So we're going to have 6 here. And 3 times 2 is 6. So this 6, we cancel out this 6. So we are going to be left with 0 to be equals to 4I2. So if we divide both sides by 4, so I2 will be equals to 0 ampere. All right, so we have gotten the value of I2 to be 0 ampere, and we can find our I1 here. So from equation 3, I1 will be equals to 2 plus 2 into what? Into 0. So 2 times 0 is 0, 0 plus 2 is 2. So it shows that I2 will be equals to 2 ampere. All right, so I2 is 2 ampere, and I think that is everything that they want us to find. So our I1 is sorry, it's supposed to be I1. All right, our I1 is 2 ampere, while our I2 is 0 ampere. So this is how to go about this question. And mind you, if today is your first time coming across our content, know where to give this video a thumbs up. Click on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a video like this, you'll be the first to receive the notification. And don't forget to share this content with your friend who might be in need of it. And don't forget that our services involves private tutoring. We solve assignments for students. If you're having any challenges with any difficult assignment, you can send it to our inbox. We're able to resolve it. And if you're having any difficulties in understanding any topic as far as engineering is concerned, civil, mechanical, or electrical, you can just DM us. We can help you to provide a step-by-step solution to any topic. And don't also forget that we have a well-structured material on circuit analysis, on everything you need to know about circuit analysis 1 and circuit analysis 2. So stay tuned for more examples. Thank you.